All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. It's Pastor Dow. I want to talk about a very interesting subject here this morning. Listen to me very close, because one way or another, we all deal with people like this. Have you ever dealt with people who are nosy and they simply just cannot function in this life unless they are in your business, having input, and controlling every aspect of every decision that you make in your life? And if you do not do life the way that they think it ought to be done, then they separate themselves from you. Have you ever done it? Have you ever met people like that before? That they are just simply nosy. I mean, just literally nosy. I am amazed because, you know, in this life right here, I deal with stuff like this all the time, where people just simply cannot be content with their own lives. They think they have to have input. They think that the whole world evolves around them, and if things are not done the way that they say it should be done, mind you, they have very little control over their own life, and very little value in their own lives. But what is this epidemic of today? The reason why people just simply cannot be content with their own way. Now, I keep telling you over and over again, is that people have a book of the law. Last night I did a radio interview. I had somebody from Atlanta did an interview with me, and I didn't put it out for everybody to hear. But I think what I'll do is I'll post it up here on YouTube, or either I'll play it on Blog Talk Radio. But some way, somehow, I'll get it to you here, hopefully in the next day or so. And it went on for about an hour and 45 minutes. I think he's a young man. You know, he's doing pretty good, all that he knows and stuff. But this interview, it was set up probably a couple of weeks before Tabernacles. Of course, I've been busy running around like a chicken with my head cut off. That's another thing. You know, logistically, people don't understand a lot of things. They simply just don't understand a lot of things. Nobody has a sense of awareness to understand all that myself and the brethren, as well as the sisters, have to do it straight way in order to prepare for a meeting. Think about this for a second. People love to have people around and call them brothers and sisters and everything else, but when you have approximately 150 people on your land, and they are there every day, day in and day out, morning and evening, all day long, do you understand the logistics behind that, especially when they're there for 10 days? Do you understand what it takes to run back and forth, to pick people up at the airport? Do you understand the financial burden that it is? Do you understand what all we have to do in order to rip and run up and down the road, to constantly, you know, get food, you know, everything that needs to take place? Most people don't. Most people have never, ever really spent time looking behind the scenes to see why things happen. You know, in this world, they have people called CEOs. And those of us who do not understand leadership, we sit back and wonder, how in the world can those people, or why in the world can those people, or how in the world can those people get paid all that money? And then as you go further down the chain, you notice that there are laborers. And of course, in our mind, we think that the people who are physically doing the physical work are the ones who should get paid the most. But see, people don't understand that in this world, you get paid based on the amount of knowledge that you have and the skill to be able to lead and guide. I'm not one of these pastors that just sit behind a desk all day long, come to my little office in a shirt and tie. The secretary hands me a cup of coffee. I got a few letters and a few counseling meetings, and then I take lunch, and then I got a few more counseling sessions, and it takes me a whole week to get ready for a message on Sunday, which is laughable in itself, Sunday. No, I'm a hands-on. But, you know, a lot of people just simply do not understand. Neither do they know what it takes in order to run a community. I know I got a lot of digressions here, but let me get back on the subject matter here. I just thought I'd put that out there because I'm trying to stimulate thought so people can grow. But what is this? And maybe you can answer, and maybe you can give me a little bit more insight, because, you know, I've never been this way. So it's kind of hard for me to understand. But I've had people just literally separate themselves from my company simply because that they hate what the Bible says. Whenever we start doing what the Bible says, they can't take it because it doesn't agree with their book of the law. And I'm watching all these people who say they love the Father. Man, am I watching these people. I am watching these people very, very closely. Because anytime you have an issue with the word, it's only a amount of time you're going to have an issue with me. Because I am for the Father. I'm not going to sit up here and tolerate people who have issues with the word and expect that you can be some kind of friend with me. It's just ridiculous. Man, these people today, everybody on drugs or something or what? I mean, I think, man, you people don't do drugs. Y'all leave drugs alone, you hear me? Because people ain't got no sense today. It's just, anyway, have a good day.